Hey guys, what is up? Hold on a sec for me. I just need to get my bearings right here with all these sources to put up. So there's the Austria map. Welcome to Synergy F1 League. Hi, I'm Scott Armstrong and we are commentating live from the Red Bull Ring situated in Austria, Spielberg. The first Austrian Grand Prix was originally held in Zaltweg, about 70 kilometers west of Graz, before the Red Bull Ring was restored in 1995. In 2013, geez, I'm getting tongue-tied already. Oh. In 2013, the new owners of the Red Bull Ring reached a deal with Bernie Ecclestone to bring back the Austrian Grand Prix after a 10-year absence in Formula One, which was given a provisional date in July 2014 and featured regularly every year since then. Two races was held here last year, where Valtteri Bottas took pole with a 102.939 and went on to win the race. Lewis Hamilton and Alex Albon collided in turn 4, which sent Albon into a spin, and the stewards gifting Hamilton with a 5-second time penalty. This gifted Lando Norris his first ever podium, and with his famous Scenario 7 team order, took the fastest lap on the final lap. The Red Bull Ring is the second race of 10 for the Synergy F1 League, where 20 of the best esports drivers battle it out in the comfort of their homes in an attempt to lift that memento of a trophy. We've got a few things to go through at the moment before we actually jump into the action. As you can see, there is the map of Austria. Quite a simplistic track, shall we say. Lots of overtaking, low speed corners, fast speed corners, but it is a tricky one with strict corner cutting rules as well. And the weather seems a little bit weird at the moment, so we'll see how people take that into consideration. We'll see how the game gives us there. As we look into the Mercedes group right now, so looking at Mercedes, we have Lorenzo as the first driver, who was given a 10-second time penalty after making more than one move on a straight in an attempt to defend his position in first. Joining him in the second driver's seat is Jamie Van Efferink, making his debut. Sorry, my names are terrible, so you have to bear with me, and sorry for the drivers, you will correct me sooner or later, I know it. Okay, now moving on to Red Bull, we do have Gideon Rayner, but unfortunately he won't make it. He came second in his first race. His brother Bernard is actually joining us for today's race, which is a perfect fit, I must say. You know, two brothers, why not? Sitting in the second car is Jason Gibson, who is under a bit of scrutiny after brake checking the Haas driver, giving him a 5-second time penalty from the stewards in his first race. Now moving on to McLaren, we have Anthony Barber, who took his first win, and with it looking to carry his momentum into the race, with Josh Knott as his teammate, who was disqualified for multiple penalties during the race. He will be looking to have a better race this time around, at least, you know. Well, Josh, we wish you luck from our side, obviously being a close friend and whatnot. Let's go into the Racing Point now. Looking at Racing Point, we have Leandre Bishop, who also couldn't make it, so I think it's Andre stepping in for him, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to double check myself. Here we go. Yes, Andre Sandberg is stepping in for him in the moment. And his teammate will be Ruan Bronkhorst, who is led by the team principal, Brandon Smith. So one of the team principals have joined in, you know. So obviously they will, well, the previous two drivers, they managed to get into the points. Yeah, they actually did finish in respective positions. So interesting. You never know, in these races, things can change around quite quickly. So let's go into the Renault outfit then. Renault. Geez, I've got so many notes I can't even keep up with myself here. In the Renault seats, we have Pierre Grief and Adi Ross, both failing to both get points in their first opening races. They will be looking to do better in the second round of the Synergy F1 League. Let's keep a close eye on them. They are two strong drivers. Obviously, things do happen in the race, so we can't really be perfect all the time. Okay, looking at the Ferrari outfit now. One of the strongest teams coming into the league, quite evenly matched. So in the Ferrari, in the historic Ferrari, we have Jordi van der Zee and Quinten Jans van Rensburg. One team who will be looking to take the Constructors' Champions after both finishing in the points in the first race. They are led by the team principal Quinten Harhoff, who is also the founder of Synergy F1 League. So that is interesting. He will be joining me in the commentators box shortly. And looking at the AlphaTauri, we have Mohammed Faizan and Matt Harris, who both finished in the bottom half of the top 10 and will be looking to show what they are made of. So good luck to you boys. I am looking forward to you guys pushing the boundaries and getting into the points this time around. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on Matt Harris to give us the go that he's joining. Otherwise, he will be replaced by Peter Ma, if I said that correctly there. Looking at the Alfa Romeo, we have Bailey making his debut along with his teammate Janeb De Knight, who finished 12th in the first race. Wilco Chico's the new team principal, looking to keep the boys in check there. Hopefully he's joining in the team chat there later on. Looking at the Haas F1 team, also a strong outfit there with Philippe Moulin and Abdella with both strong points finish, taking the team second in the championship. That's quite impressive, I must say myself. There will be one to watch in the constructors, definitely, but obviously we'll go into that and show you who's leading where. Going into the last Williams outfit, we have Ockert van Rensburg, who failed to finish the race. Will be looking to do better as well this time around with his teammate Alpha J, who was one short of a point finished there. So good luck to you boys. All these teams have the work cut out for. Obviously now they know who's what in the league, who they will be obviously gunning it for, and you know, like, yeah, it's going to be exciting, especially in Austria with all these overtaking things. So we go into the driver's standing just so you guys can see. Obviously Anthony Barbara leading the pack there, and we have Gideon Rayner, who's unfortunately not joining us today, but his brother will be stepping in for him. Third, we have Lorenzo Mucciarelli. Unfortunately, with all those time penalties, brought him down, but he did finish first, so he'll be looking to improve with his drive today. I'm sure he will do great. Not to be biased, but he is one of my favorites, Lorenzo. Just putting it out there in the stream, Lorenzo, because you said that. But you know, I've got many favorite drivers in this league. I can't really pick any. Looking into the Constructors' Championship now, McLaren leading the way, obviously, with Anthony getting first place and getting the fastest lap also. So, and then there's that strong outfit of Haas with 20 points, and Red Bull followed in third. Ferrari is also quite strong, and Mercedes will probably bump up today with their two strong drivers. Ooh, I dropped my mic. Drop the mic. Cool. So they'll be looking, so there's your constructors. Obviously Alfa Romeo down at the bottom, Renault and Williams, they'll be looking to improve today. Let's look at tire strategies today. It's a bit of a tricky one depending on how the race is. So obviously if it's a full dry, then that's what we do. We are running a 50% race, so it should only be 35 laps, but the 50% race always is they adjust it in the sense that it matches the 100% race. So if you look at tire strategy, if you do qualify in the softs, you are looking to go for a soft hard compound. Maybe you could get away with the medium, but it'll be a very tricky one. You probably slow down right towards the end. My best bet would obviously go with the medium hards, you know. Obviously it's a safer bet. You will go on longer and you'll have more consistent laps, but you won't go as fast as when you are on the softs. And obviously the slower time would obviously be a soft medium choice. It depends. Honestly, it depends how the outcome of the race comes. Every safety car throws in a different scenario, and we can see that it's raining in Spielberg at the moment, so it just depends on how things are set in a way. So I'm just gonna have to check there. While I do that, let's head over to the eye in the sky and see what the track is like for the Austrian GP.
The lap begins with a race down the pit straight and up the hill to turn 1. In 2015, the drivers were braking from 328 km an hour to 122 at the apex for the 4th gear right-hander. The rest of the first sector is spent on the gas as the drivers accelerate back up through the gears and head up the hill to 318 km an hour before braking for the tight right-hander at turn 2, which is taken in 2nd gear at 69 and forms one of the main overtaking spots in the race. The track then flows downhill towards turn 3. The drivers are doing 327 by the time they arrive at the tricky right-hand bend, which is taken in 3rd gear at 98. Turn 4 follows immediately as the drivers accelerate up to 285 km an hour for the left-hander at turn 5, a 155 km an hour 5th gear left. After a short squirt of power, they reached 185 km an hour left at turn 6 before shooting straight into turn 7, taking care to carry as much speed as possible on the exit. The drivers will build up to 316 km an hour by the time they arrive at turn 8 before shifting down 2 gears for 195 km an hour 6th gear right. And then judge the final corner, turn 9, to perfection at 150 to keep their momentum high as they blast back down the pit straight and onto another lap of the Austrian Grand Prix.
Cool, so we are just waiting for the teams to join up now. I'm just going to obviously bring my friend and colleague Quinton into the chat now. He's a bit busy at the moment, so we'll give him a little bit of time before he joins in. We're just organizing the league a little bit. Yeah, so just bear with us for a few seconds here while we organize this pack here.
Hello there, Scotty. Okay, so we've got all the drivers sorted now. I believe everybody that is going to be showing up. I've
Cool.
assigned Peter to be the reserve driver for Philippe for today.
I'd rather have him go to, because Philippe can actually make it. He's just on his way home. I don't feel like we should.
Because I spoke to him and he said he's not going to be.
Jordy's saying he's missing an invite. Where's Jordy? Jordy! Sorry guys.
Okay, it's sorted.
Okay, cool, perfect. Jordy says he needs another invite for some reason.
Okay, no problem. I can do that for him.
Cool, I was also looking now. Jordy van der Zee. I should have him.
Yeah,
actually.
I got it.
Cool, perfect.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, I think that's everything, hey, Quentin?
Yeah, I believe we're good. We'll start in about a minute.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome to the stream, huh?
Thank you.
Always a mission trying to get these guys on the grid, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit of last minute admin. Some guys that indicated that they will be here and aren't here, so we always have to play a bit of juggling.
But that's why we're here for, to make it the best experience they can get.
Just so that the viewers also know, we did limit the teams to only having 2 reserve drivers for a season. So if they do end up having drivers that retired in the midst of a season, that will negatively affect their team because they're only limited to 2 reserve drivers.
Yeah, so I'm just having a look through the grid here. Who's your pick for today?
I've got to go with Anthony. His performance last week was phenomenal, so I've got to go with Anthony. A lot of heart there.
Is Peter in the lobby though? I don't see Peter in the lobby.
I also did send Pierre an invite. I don't know if
I've seen Peter now. He's just obviously he didn't accept my invite when I was changing the name, so he's just showing up as Corsair now.
Do you know if Pierre's going to be attending? Because I did send him an invite and a message, but I'm still waiting for him to join up.
So we shot him, but he's online though. That's the weird thing. Peter, Renault. No, he's not in. That's awkward.
Yeah. Can you maybe send him a message just so we can get Pierre in here?
I'm gonna send him an invite. If he doesn't join, he doesn't join. He's on idle at the moment.
Ish, man, this makes things so hard.
That's alright, 18 drivers. Well, now Bailey joins.
Just make sure that you add Peter's name as well on your side. I've just done it on my side here now as well.
Okay, well Bailey's here, so this is awkward.
Is Bailey here now?
Yeah.
Jeez, guys know that they need to be here 30 minutes prior, so now what?
Yeah, man, sorry you're late.
Are there any other seats that we can assign him to, though?
He wants to take Pierre because he's not replying.
Okay. All right, then we'll have to assign him to reserve for Renault then.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah.
Okay, please tell him to join a Renault seat.
Yeah, I have, and he says I must invite him now. Invite to lobby. Cool. So I think you want to take yourself off spectate now, and then we can just run the session.
Okay.
Because I think
Okay,
it's just Philippe
100%.
now. There we go. Now we wait for the drivers to ready up. Let's see how the weather plans out.
Okay, so we're 18 drivers and 2 spectators, so just 2 guys missing, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's alright.
At least they're relatively full grid.
Philippe will probably join us a bit later as well. I'll be back now. And I see we're waiting for the first drivers to take action here. Overcast conditions, shall we say. Who will be the first to bite in this qualifying?
Also want to welcome all the new viewers today that's joining us for the first time.
Now just Pierre. Oh wait, there's still one more seat for Philippe anyway, so.
Yeah, I believe Mohammed and Philippe will be joining us shortly, so
Yep.
then we will have our 20 drivers for today.
Yeah, but now Philippe won't be able to join the session. This is a tough one. Because now Philippe just joined.
Yeah, but Philippe races for Haas.
Yeah, but Pierre Grief just joined the session though. Bit of an awkward one. As we see our first 2 cars.
Then Bailey will need to get off because if Pierre is here, then Bailey will need to get off.
You can't switch seats afterwards.
Yeah, see then Pierre just is unlucky because he knows he needs to be at 30 minutes prior,
Yeah,
otherwise
exactly.
we sign reserve. So you're gonna just have to communicate that through to Pierre.
Doing that now quickly. Send Philippe an invite so long.
Yeah, you need to get Pierre out of the session because he's currently in the wrong driver's seat as well.
You know what? We can't do anything now because.
No, then you might need to rehost because we can't run it the way we are now.
Okay.
I think you might have to rehost.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm gonna tell the guys.
Just bear with us, stream. Sorry, because obviously these latecomers are really screwing up our session right now, and we will have a word with them now. So please just bear with us for a second here.
The lap begins.
Cool, we're back, guys. We just had to sort that out quickly, but seems like we have sorted it out.
You're not in the commentary box, bro.
Yeah, no. Cheers, Peter. Sorry about that, man. Hi, Quentin. Seems like we're back.
Hey.
Seems like we're back. Let me share my screen with you so you can get the whole view of my screen as well. I think that is it there. And there we go, as the grid prepares themselves. For some reason I do not have any volume. There we go. As we wait for the first cars to go out, and the session is live, guys. Welcome back to F1 Synergy League. As we wait for the first car to step out, everyone's probably choosing their setup at the moment. Bit of a tricky one with the conditions. Seems like there is forecast of rain and a little bit for the race as well, so the drivers do have to take into consideration of that. So they're probably going to have to get out as quick as possible. "20 drivers on the grid." Well, one more than last week, isn't it? Quite a
Yeah, this is an absolute full grid today, and we had some guys that were, waiting in the wings also for a seat, so it's picking up quite nicely.
Yeah, apologies to Peter, who was waiting patiently for a drive. We do have to address the drivers on being late at the moment. We are punctual people, and we do have things to do later. So yeah, but let's see how well they do, anyways. As Abdullah is the first one to go out, clearly he's trying to race the rain before it hits the track. What would your strategy be coming into this race? Obviously, being these conditions, Quinton.
Yeah, this is tricky. Hey, I've actually noticed in the past that a lot of these fast drivers are really quick when it's dry, but they don't usually put in a lot of times with these overcast and unfavorable conditions, and then they're a lot slower.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite interesting to see what who the drivers are that are going to be able to adapt the quickest.
It should put a twist into the race a little bit, This the AccuWeather does say that it is raining at the moment in Austria, so maybe we were a bit lenient towards the drivers, seeing if maybe to give them a little mixed race, see how they adapt to it.
Let me see, Scotty, what is your prediction? Who do you think is going to get the top time today?
I'm going for Lorenzo. I've seen him race, I know what he's capable of, and he's definitely going to put in a fast lap right now. As we're on board with Abdullah putting in the first time, who would your predictions be?
Let me see here quickly. I believe his teammate Jamie. Is he in?
Jamie, he should be in. Yeah, he is. He's sitting right alongside
Jamie,
Lorenzo.
yeah. On time trials, he was only 0.2 of a second slower than Lorenzo, so I believe he should be able to give him a good go.
That was quite quick. We're just on board here with Abdullah at the moment. He's on his fast lap right now, making it past turns 4, up to turns 5 now. It's quite a quick track, Austria, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a great track. I of course hate that turn 2, but that one can catch you out if you're a little bit too quick on the throttle.
Yeah, it's a very difficult track, especially with track limits as well. You don't want to invalidate your lap time, especially with this rain brewing in soon. As we see Abdullah post a 1 minute 105.185.
That's a good lap time.
Yeah, it's not too bad. As who else just set a time? Matt Harris.
104 by Matt. Well done.
Well done to him. Jamie with a 102.905. Lorenzo 103.085.
I called it.
Things are kicking off here in the Synergy League, hey? Ooh, Anthony with a second behind from the 2 front rows, huh?
I think these Mercedes boys are going to be a handful now. Guys, let me just explain. The way we have it is that if any of the drivers step off, we give that seat to the first runners up, basically, in the Formula 2 league. And Jamie was the fastest reserve driver. That's why he got C2 at Mercedes. So it kind of has caused a little bit of an unbalance with regards to the Mercedes team, now them being the two fastest drivers basically on the grid. But it will still give the other guys a good challenge, I think.
Yeah, as we see, times are all flying in now. Most of the top half guys are in the 104s, but obviously Jamie is setting the pack as we see a McLaren off the track there. As we're on board with Bernard Reynard, who's filling in for his brother Gideon, who couldn't make it unfortunately. And as you can see, Quinton, the raindrops are starting to form.
So that's going to definitely come into play with the guys that chose to sit back in the pit wall instead of
Bernard with a 103.8. Sorry to interrupt you there, but he just blitzed through there, didn't he?
That's a very good time.
Making his debut, obviously a perfect run.
I would love to see Bernard and Gideon on the track at the same time.
Oh, that would be interesting. Two brothers in the same car. As we're on board with Jason, who has yet to set a lap.
Yeah, I can see the rain starting to come down quite a bit now. So this is going to be affecting Pierre, Bailey and Andre, as well as Jason, who haven't set times yet.
Yeah, so we'll see how that affects them in the long run, yeah. Do you think the boys would be going out on the intermediates after, just to kind of get a feel for the rain for the start of the race?
I don't think they'll be heading out on the intermediates just yet. I don't think enough rain has come down just yet, but they might. If this continues, it would be a good choice.
That is a turn of events for Jason Gibson there, as he sets a 112 with these tricky conditions.
Yeah, you see, you can already start seeing that the slicks might not be the best tire for the track at the moment.
Yeah, as you see Pierre Grief struggling on these softs right now. It looks like.
Can we hop to Pierre quickly?
Yeah, Pierre is on the screen at the moment. Looks like he's driving with his keyboard.
Oh, I actually need to be watching your stream on your Discord so that I can see what you're commentating on, because I was watching the stream.
Well, Pierre with a 112.694. Andre seems like he's getting blocked there by a... Ooh, and he spins off there.
Yeah, you see that's sometimes it's a good idea to stay behind in pits while everybody sits times, but other times like now you can get caught out.
Yeah, I think this was a factor of getting out as soon as you can, isn't it? Well, Lorenzo's sitting at bay, so is Bernard.
Yeah, because we know that Pierre has the pace, but obviously with the track getting all wetter and wetter, you just can't keep the rubber on the tarmac.
Yeah, as you can see, some of the people are struggling.
Oh, we just saw Andre hit a wall there as well on my side.
Oh, Andre, where?
That was just after corner one, obviously struggling with pace, and we see another Ferrari spin out there as well on the last corner.
It just seems like it's chaos everywhere. Jason Gibson disqualified from the session. I wonder what happened there.
He probably tried to reverse back into the pit lane. People
no.
need to know that they can do that.
Who does that? Unfortunately? As we see Rohan is out. Well, you can see how wet the track is getting at the moment. I don't think it's safe to be out on those softs.
Yeah, with regards to how many guys are coming into pits now, I think the guys are starting to realize that the soft tire is not the best tire of choice right now.
As we see Mohammed, Abdullah, Bernard and Lorenzo out at the moment.
Can you, for interest sake, quickly put it on tire compound just to see who's actually made the adjustments?
That's actually a very good idea. Details fitted at the moment, as we see.
Oh, see, Jamie is out on inters.
Quite a few people at the moment. We don't want the pit time. Fastest lap. Oh well, we'll leave it there as we see Jamie and Quinton now. Let's see how well they do on the inters, shall we?
Also a very good time there by Quinton and Jordi in the Ferraris.
Yeah, surprisingly fourth and fifth.
I have to secretly be rooting for Ferrari as I was assigned the team principal for this season. So secretly I'm a Ferrari boy this season.
A little bit biased there, are we?
So this is an awesome team.
Oh well, it'll be a bit weird if you don't support the team you look after, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You got to show the boys support.
Well, it looks like Quinton's doing quite better on the intermediates, but I don't think they'll be setting any blistering times right now.
I think Anthony just had an incident as well, as we saw him retire from the session. He perhaps hitting a wall there somewhere.
Anthony, where? Oh no! And he's down in the 7th. That's your favorite, isn't it?
Yeah, he was my favorite for the race, but I also am rooting a little bit for Jamie, the new guy, because he's super quick.
That is true. That is true. My first pick would still be Lorenzo, but there's a couple of guys I'm aiming towards. As we go on board with Bailey, he's making his debut into the Synergy F1 League. Interesting enough about Bailey, he's also part of the junior team for Synergy F1 League. So welcome on board to Bailey. As we stay on board with Bailey to see how he does. Just to get a feel of what these intermediates are like, just to give us an idea who would be quickest out on the track during the race. There's yellow flags in Sector 1, of course. I see the 2 Mercedes have left the pits together. This is going to be an interesting race so far.
Getting some support there for Bernard in the live stream as well.
I need to check the live stream as well here. I can't neglect anyone here. Well, let's have a look who's on the live stream. Saying hello to everyone on the live stream. Send me a message if you want. Tell me who you're supporting. Obviously, I see a lot of people. Well, Bernard's supporting himself there. So is DJ Diono supporting Bernard there. Let's go on board with the 2 Mercedes, seeing how well they're doing. Do you think this is a strategy by both of them to go out at the same time to see what it's like?
Yeah, that's true. Just a quick question, Scotty. So we can have damage set to reduced, right?
Yes, it's set to reduced.
Yeah. No, I was just Anthony was just quickly popping me a message. I guess he got caught out a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you do hit the wall at quite a pace, that still does affect your car, doesn't it? Means a bit unusual if you hit the wall at 300 kilometers an hour, but you have wing damage. We're on board with Lorenzo at the moment, trying to set his first times on the intermediates. I don't think it will affect anything in the order that the grid is in right now. I think most of the drivers are just getting a feel for
I doubt anybody's going to be beating their times. I think those first couple of laps we saw definitely, were the pace to beat, because then the track was still dry, conditions were great. Now, guys are going to be lucky if they get anywhere near that.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is just to get a feel for the track, especially with it being intermediate conditions for the start of the race. Let's go on board with some of the Ferrari boys as Quinton's just strolling around there. There's an incident with the McLaren as well. I think that was Josh going off the track there.
Yeah, Josh was telling me the other day that he's put in a lot more practice for this session, and he hopes to at least finish this time round.
Well, in terms of preparation for a race, how would you approach a race weekend? Do you over practice? Do you underdo it? Like, what would be
Brandon was telling us as well the other day, if you can do about 200 to 300 laps prior to racing an event, you'll definitely see your times improve, and your consistency, on the other hand, will also improve quite a bit as you start, getting into that groove and know where the limits of the car is.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on how comfortable you are with a Formula 1 car as well, isn't it? Some of these guys have been playing for years, so for them it's just basically warming up before they actually race.
That's true.
So, as we're on board with Ruan now, seeing him going around the track, like we said, don't think anything will affect anything in the order as he goes into the pits there. Ooh, we're gonna have to have a look at Ruan there, cutting corners in the pit lane there. stewards are definitely going to have to say something about that, as we see Alfred J now leaving the pits on a set of intermediates. Yeah, Alfred J was one short of a points finish last race. What's your thoughts on Alfred?
Yeah, he's a good driver. He's very consistent as well, and a lot of heart. So it was sad to see him miss out on the points. There were a lot of things that obviously contributed towards this. Yeah, but I'm thinking this time we're sure to see him in the top 10.
Yeah, unfortunately down in 14th. The conditions not playing into some of these drivers' times. Yellow flags in Sector 3. Who could that be? Not quite sure, actually. Obviously, Alfred on his outlap. Let's go up the order a little bit. Ockert van Rensburg, his teammate, going around the last few corners now to set a time, which would be a 1:18.073. So clearly these conditions playing tricky for the drivers. As we go up, Matt Harris sitting in the pits, Bailey sitting in the pits, Anthony unfortunately retired from the session, sitting comfortably in 7th though. Philip Moulin, also one of the favorites for the Haas. The Haas are actually quite good, actually, in terms of construction championship, isn't it?
Yeah, they're actually, with regards to the initial preparation of the teams, they're actually one of the more balanced teams, you know, where they don't have maybe superstars, but both drivers are very adequate.
Yeah, it seems like both of them suit each other's styles and they push each other, but not too much to obviously compromise the team's points. Sitting on board with Jordi van der Zee in your Ferrari team. See how well he does as he's started his flying lap on the intermediates. See how well he goes. Seems quite comfortable in the tricky conditions. Actually, that's a good sign for you Ferrari people, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, I'm not. I think our Ferrari boys have a lot of potential for this season. Let's just put it that way.
Well, obviously you're gonna have to grow them up yourself. Probably coach them into a few maneuvers, maybe.
Yeah, I believe that currently they're on their 4th overall in the championship, if I remember correctly. But yes, 4th overall on 16 points. But both of my drivers finished in points last race, and that's already a very good sign. And to have both of them again in the top 5, it's fantastic.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, but Jordi pulled out a 1:13 on the intermediates there. That was quite impressive. As a McLaren slows down, oh, he's just making way for the rest of the drivers. Good on him for giving away. Who else? Bernard in the pits, Quinton in the pits.
We're getting down to the last couple of seconds here, so I think the grid is going to be pretty much what we see right now.
Yeah, I think people are just obviously getting used to these tricky conditions. I think Pierre's honestly on his keyboard right now, just seeing the way he's driving.
Quick question, Scotty. We're not foreseeing any type of rain during the race session, right?
Well, we're going to have a look, eh?
Well, it would be interesting.
Exactly.
I'm sure some of these guys were expecting dry conditions, so you know, let's hope they can all adapt pretty good and it doesn't cause too much chaos.
Well, let's see how well they fare in the opening stages of the race. As we're on board with Ockert now, trying to set his time. Yellow flags in Sector 2 as well. It seems like it's a Mercedes. Yeah, it seems like the Mercedes is actually struggling on these intermediates, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the track is getting a lot wetter now by the minute, so even the Inters are maybe struggling now.
Ooh, as Ockert runs wide there. Watching Ockert go through the final last corners here. I don't think there's anyone else left on the track but a Mercedes, but it seems like he obviously won't be able to set another lap.
Yeah, as the viewers can see there's quite a bit of a dry section of the track. As the cars, you know, obviously make their laps, they take some of the water off the track. And if you can stick to that dry segment, your times will definitely be much better. But as soon as you just slightly veer off that, handling can get a little dodgy.
Yeah, as we're on board with Mohammed Faizan, also going for his last run of the session, but he invalidates his time, unfortunately. Ruan.
We got Ockert still out as well. I think he's finished now.
Yeah, his time
who else
is
is
finished.
Ruan is just coming around the last bend now as well.
Yeah, see what time he sets. It seems like the 1 minute 13 is the mark for these guys.
On Inters, pretty much. And I think with regards to that, Pierre still set the best time on Inters.
Well done to him then. Well, let's get into the order of this race, shall we? Are you going to take a screenshot or should I?
Yeah, I'll take a screenshot. Don't worry about that.
Perfect.
All the admins, all my thing.
As we see Jamie, Lorenzo, and Bernard lock out the front row, followed by the two Ferraris, surprisingly, hey? Well done to them, followed by Philippe Moulin in the Haas, Anthony Barbara in the McLaren, Bailey in the Alpha in 8th, Matt Harris 9th, Ockert 10th, as we go down the order a little bit, Janup in 11, rounding off the, well, top half of the bottom half, shall we say. And then Abdullah in 12th, Mohammed Faizan 13th, Alfred J 14th, Adi Ross 15th, Ron Bronkhorst 16th, Joshua Knott 17th, Andre Sandberg 18th, Pierre Grief 19th, and last place Jason Gibson. Unfortunately couldn't set his time on the softs as we move into the race so long.
Couple of penalties there. I was messaged by, I think it was Abdullah, who messaged me and said that, you know what, he was actually off the racing line and somebody hit him from behind, that he'll probably submit a race investigation with regards to that because he got assigned a penalty as a result of that.
Yeah, we're just going to have to watch out for that, as the stewards will probably have their hands cut out for them in the first corner, yeah. Tricky conditions, as we can see. It should dry up towards the end of this session. Formation lap will begin shortly as we are on board with Jamie. It'll be interesting to see how these two teammates go head to head. Do you think they'll be fighting it out, or do you think
that's the worst thing that can happen from a team principal's perspective if the guys don't respect each other on the track? I mean, obviously you want some friendly competition, but you know, you never want your teammates to take each other out because they're too aggressive.
Exactly. You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to compromise the team, but you also want to allow them to race. You know, have a bit of fun in the same time. As long as they respect each other, then it should be all good. But obviously, we can't always go through what's in the mind of a driver, so anything could happen.
Would you mind putting on lap data for us again, just so we can have a look at the lap times there in the corner? Lap data, yeah.
There we go. And,
thanks.
Obviously, telemetry, no details, intervals, gap. Let's get the tires on here, just so we can see what's happening.
Oh, Mohammed was disqualified.
Oh,
what?
Luckily, it's just the formation lap, so he will be part of the session. He'll just be sitting on the grid, as you can see in the map right now.
What happened there?
He probably spun out, or maybe someone hit him, but he's still part of the race. Don't worry, it won't affect his race. He'll just be sitting on the grid, as you can see, as the cars line up. He's there sitting lonely.
He probably didn't get off the grid to do the formation lap. That's probably what happened there.
Anthony in 7th, our league leader. Will he improve by jumping up a few places? Who shall we go on board with for the start? Shall we stay with the two Mercedes or a race?
Yeah, I think stay with the Mercedes. I will have a look down a little bit further down the order, maybe around 5th or 6th.
Cool.
We'll see that everybody gets around the first corner safely.
I'll be sitting with Bernard, as I can obviously see everyone who comes through. Pierre Grief sitting in 20th. Do you think he got a time penalty there?
Yeah, I remember he also got assigned a 5-grid penalty.
And there we go, lights are right, 5 red lights, and we're off as we see Jamie pull away. this is awkward. Obviously, probably a glitch in the game or something. And there we go, lights out as Lorenzo gets up into first. But, oh well, this is a strange mishap right now as we see everyone gets through the first corner credit.
We saw somebody took off there, and then the rest of the grid was just stationary, and I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, that was quite strange actually, but we'll stay on board anyways. Sector 1 and 2 has yellow flags, obviously. Seems like everyone's struggling with the conditions as they make their way up the pack. Let's go down the order a little bit. Oh, it seems like Lorenzo was disconnected, that's why.
And that caused that, so that's why the AI took over for him and jumped the start there or something.
Probably. As we're on board with Alfred J.
We saw one of the McLarens off there on that corner. Let's see who that was.
Pierre Graef obviously is tussling with Ahmed Van Rensburg.
That's Josh. Josh went off the track there just after the second sector.
No. Lorenzo's setting the fastest times.
Okay, we saw Andre pass Pierre there in 13th place.
Well done to Pierre, getting past there. As we're on board with Andre, but Pierre's going into the pits actually.
Yeah, and Philippe Mullen as well, into the pits.
No.
Obviously there was some contact. While we see Bailey and Arkad, everybody move up to replace those people.
Let's move up to Jamie here as he's getting a little bit of pressure from Bernard.
Mohammed just passing Abdullah there. Oh, and Abdullah takes the position right back.
Ooh, let's go on board with them then. Ooh, let's see how close these guys are. Obviously taking it easy into the corner. There's Mohammed Faizan is now being pressured by Ruan.
I'll try and keep an eye on these these times, these gap times for you as well, the intervals.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of people to shuffle around here as we're still on board with Mohammed Faizan, and we go down the order to Jason Gibson sitting in the lonely 16th there. Lorenzo setting the fastest time there for 1 minute 14.987. There's Josh, Philippe who just pitted, Pierre Graef also just pitted, and it seemed like both the Reynolds pitted at the same time as Jamie sets the fastest lap there.
Well done to Jamie. I'm not sure what happened with regards to that start, but you might have to do a time adjustment with regards to that because there was a massive advantage that Lorenzo got off the start there when the rest of the grid remained stationary.
Surprisingly enough, he didn't really get a time penalty either for it.
Yeah.
So let's have a look here. Yeah, no penalties for him. It's weird. Well, we're obviously going to have to look into that after the race. Obviously hindering Jamie's race right now. But he's sitting comfortably in second right now. On board.
Okay, he's gaining on Bailey in 10th position.
Let's have a look at these two battle it out here then.
Yeah, that's the last spot for points, so guys were obviously desperate to grab that spot.
Yeah, and Andre is sitting comfortably behind him as well as Lorenzo sets another fast lap of a 1 minute 14. You think the track is drying up a little maybe?
Well, we're still seeing rain come down, but as the guys make laps, they're obviously clearing that little section there, which will obviously help with regards to the grip.
As we're on board with Bailey now, moving down to Andre, who's following them in 12th.
Yep, racing point.
Just excuse me, I'll be back just now. down to our leader in the league, actually, Anthony, who's sitting in 7th right now. Hasn't actually gained any positions at the moment, hasn't he?
No.
You think he's struggling in the rain?
Yeah, a little bit. So it looks like it's about a 10 to 15 second advantage that Lorenzo's car got there off the line that you can just maybe have a look at after the fact.
It's quite a big glitch, that one, isn't it?
That was weird. We haven't seen that before.
Yeah, clearly. Looking at Matt Harris now, about almost 7/10 in front of Anthony. It seems like Anthony is gaining on Matt Harris at the moment.
We also see Philippe pulling a move on Jason for 16th position, and he gets past him on corner 1.
Oh, there we go. Philippe moving up into 16th after making a pit stop. I mean, he's clearly pulling away from him quite easily, hey?
Yeah, we saw both the Haas drivers do really well in the debut race.
Yeah, I'm sure with the Lorenzo's hitting another 1 minute 13.821 on his intermediates. Jeez, it seems like as they go longer on the race, the cars get lighter and setting faster times, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy. Who else seems to be catching up? As I see, Andre is still about 6/10 behind Ocker van Rensburg, but not making any major gains on him. Clearly the dirt...
I believe Ocken had a retirement last week, so he's obviously very keen to get some points this week.
And surprisingly enough, 6 laps in and all the cars are still on the grid. Well done to everyone who is in the race at the moment.
Yeah, we saw a couple of guys have obviously hit in after lap 1 for some repairs, but overall we didn't see any retirements or anything. So yeah, like you said, well done to everybody, especially in these conditions.
Well, it seems like Bailey and Janip have made the switch in the Alpha team. Do you think that was team orders or was it the clean pass, do you think?
I think Bailey's probably just adjusting to the wet conditions a little bit better.
Seems like Josh has gone off the track there. Luckily ghosting is on, so it will not affect most of the drivers as he's moving quite slowly.
Do you think Josh is struggling with some damage on his car, or probably just struggling with the conditions? Because we did see him go off a couple of laps back just after sector 2 as well.
Well, we're on board with him at the moment, and we're seeing how causing controversy there actually. As he gains up to speed. Welcome back as we go on board with Lorenzo now, who weirdly enough got a very, very awkward start there, honestly. But we'll have a look into it, but he's setting the fastest times at the moment, so...
At the moment we're also seeing Anthony move up on Matt for 6th place. Currently reducing that gap to less than half a second.
Let's go on board with him now as he catches the slipstream. I'm sure he's definitely going to make the move here in turn 4. He should be able to make it. There's a yellow flag.
Anthony being last week's race winner.
Yeah, sitting in 7th now as obviously these two go head to head.
Oh, we just saw Bailey drop off the session. He probably had a connection issue there. I'm sure he'll join back in.
The McLaren seems like Josh is still struggling at the pack there. You think he's getting blue flags? Well, we're on board with Matt Harris, seeing how this fight pans out. Obviously...
and we just saw Jamie retire from the session.
Oh no, what happened to Jamie?
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Do you think he spun out? Seems like he has spun out. Oh no, first race for the Synergy League and it seems like he's spun out. That moves Bernard up to 2nd. Oh wow. It's amazing how the two brothers are actually quite identical in pace, don't you think? Ooh, a little lock up there from Matt Harris. Yellow flags in sector 3, who could that be? It's a Haas actually. It seems like that was Philip Brulin. What happened there? You think the tires are slightly going off now?
Yeah, I think that could be the thing. I was just checking with Jamie quickly what happened with regards to his retirement.
Oh, is it? Has he said anything? Would you like to?
Yeah, he was just asking why there was no restart after the funky start there.
We will look into that, so we probably will obviously reduce his time down by like, we'll have to see how far he got ahead and see from there. On board with Pierre Grief. Getting blue flags for the, obviously for the faster Bernard Rayner, who's filling in for his brother Gideon Rayner.
It seems like his retirement was more with regards to frustration. He didn't like the fact that Lorenzo had a 15 seconds advantage and there was no restart.
Yeah, sorry about that. Well, we'll look into it after the race. Unfortunately, we can't control the algorithm of the game. That is the problem. Anthony moves up into 5th, by the way. Well done to Anthony, getting Pat Mass-Harris as well. Now chasing down the 2 Ferrari boys. Seems like the pack is still bunched up. Quite a fight going on here between 9th, 10th and 11th now. Yellow flags in Sector 2 as I think that's an AlphaTauri if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it seems like Mohammed Faison had a little bit of a moment there right now. Anthony Barber coming up to a slower car now. Seems like the car of Pierre Grief, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go down into this battle between 9th, 10th and 11th as they are about a second towards each other. As we see, Ockert's about 6/10 behind Janeb now. Do you think he's struggling there? And Pierre Grief has left the session.
Oh my word, another did not finish round. That's the second one in a row.
Do you think that will bring out the safety car? No, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it looks like he did not impede any other drivers.
Well, this is a close battle between Andre and Ockert van Rensburg at the moment. These three have been very closely contested, obviously staying within the 1 second range of themselves.
Yeah, we got Bailey just scored a 3-second penalty there.
Oh no, obviously track limits being breached there.
Yeah, and now we got 2 did not finishes in 11 laps, so yeah, the guys are struggling a little bit today.
Well, kudos on Josh, it bumps him up to 18th then.
Yeah, he's got some work to do though.
Yeah, it's not very difficult when you go against the best like this, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Josh said that his goal is to at least finish today, so...
Well, he's achieving it so far. 12 laps in, and Lorenzo still leading the pack after that... how could we say that... it was quite an awkward situation where he pulled off the start quite quickly.
Yeah, I think that was caused due to the disconnect, so that caused some latency issues with regards to, obviously him the player and AI then taking over compared to the other guys and the lights that they were seeing.
Yeah, exactly, with Bernard sitting second quite comfortably. And one of your Ferraris is in the podiums at the moment, Quinten Jans van Rensburg, huh? Well done.
What is going on with the Red Bull there on corner 1? He is just all over the place. That's Jason Gibson over there.
What is it? He's struggling down at the bottom, hey? Well, ooh, there we go.
He spun out and was waiting to rejoin safely.
And he was disqualified.
And he just got disqualified for being stationary, I guess, for too long there.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, that's a 3rd retirement of the race now. Will that bring out a safety car? He is sitting in a dangerous part of the track at the moment as we go on board with Lorenzo now. Coming up to the slower car of Joshua now. He's in another league of his own right now. Well, your two Ferrari boys are sitting quite close to Bernard, so as the conditions change, you never know, they might actually come quite close to him.
Exactly.
Sit on board a little bit with Quinton Ferrari, followed by his teammate Jordi van der Zee.
Andre is moving up on Ockert there in 10th place now. So not quite content yet with giving away that 10th place.
Well, Ockert's definitely keeping Andre at bay here. Seems like he can't get quite close to him, but seems like he has the run on him right now into turn 2 and 3 right now. Let's see how this pans out for him. Will he go for... Do you think he'll lick it and send the stamp here? No, there we go. Down the inside he goes as Ockert gets a move on Bailey.
Oh, and even Andre wanted a piece of that.
Oh, wow.
As he had a sneaky peek as well.
That was some interesting stuff right there. Obviously, the pack spread out at the moment.
And interestingly enough, with these boys fighting it out right now, it's giving Abdullah a chance to catch up as well.
Yeah, Anthony Barber has left the session. That seems like
probably some connection issues.
Yeah, he can mostly join. Come back into the session then. We're still on board with these three fighting it out with Abdullah obviously joining in the battle now. Things are getting quite spicy here.
I'm also keeping an eye on Bailey that's starting to move up on Alfred.
Oh wow. Look
He's
at these
right
guys.
up on Alfred at the moment.
Jeez, these guys are actually 3x3 into the straight here. Ockert holding them back quite a bit here on that first corner.
These guys are battling it out for that last points finish.
Yeah, it's getting interesting right now.
If you can have a look at Bailey there quickly, he's busy pulling a move on Alfred.
Oh wow, and he's got the move done. Well done to Bailey, getting the
Very
move done on
executed.
Well done.
And
well
kudos
done.
to the guys respecting the proximity.
Yeah, and Anthony Barber's back in the session. Well done. We'd hate to lose him in this point, but he's obviously lost a bit of time to Jordi now, so he's going to have to make back that time.
Yeah, as the AI can't compete with the skills of Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see him back in the session. I mean, we're not even halfway with the race yet, so it's great.
These guys still staying in the second of each other. Well, is one of them going to make the move? You know, take the chance. What would go through your mind if you were in this train of cars right now?
You know that it gets tricky. Just be patient. You know, the opportunity will present itself. Just don't force it. When you're that close to people and you're constantly seeing that almost chance, you might get a little overeager and force the issue.
Strangely enough, if you've noticed, the rain has stopped.
That is really good news now. So we might end up having a bit of a dry race for the second half, and that's going to shake things up also.
Yeah, let's see how it pans out. Maybe some people will spin out on the intermediates as Racing Point go in for a new pair of intermediates. Do you think this is the right choice by him?
I don't think that is the right choice, but maybe he was advised by his pit crew to do so.
Yeah, you think he was suffering. Mohamed Faison on the mediums now. Oh, you can see he's struggling just.
He has moved up to 5th, but seems he's just moved into the pit lane as well.
Oh, and he seems like he went up there.
Trouble with pit lane.
Seems like people are struggling on the intermediates at the moment, so this is going to be interesting to see what the tactics are like now.
Can we quickly have a look at... okay, so you have it up there, intermediate. So we got Anthony putting some mediums on now.
Yeah, it seems like he was serving his time penalty as well. Shall we go up the leaderboard just a little bit to see how the front pack is running? Bernard sitting in second, still in the intermediates. DRS has now been enabled by race control, so definitely the track has dried up now.
Ockert has moved up to 8th place, and that's obviously due to those two individuals that pitted, but he's also increased his gap to Andre, which is great.
Yeah, and the two McLarens, the two Williams, both in the points position right now. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Who could that be?
As we see,
Ooh, that
Abdullah
was-
is starting to increase the gap between him and Andre. He's actually starting to be in a position where he might pull a move on Andre soon.
Clearly, Mohammed struggling on those medium set of tires now. As we see Quinton go into the pits now, going onto those medium set of tires now.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the tire of choice right now.
As Matt Harris comes into the pit as well, what tire would he be choosing now?
I would be surprised if anybody goes on the softs. Oh, Josh actually did. As I said that, Josh has gone onto the softs. Because I don't think that you're going to be able to pull enough, 19 laps on softs. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, straight.
So medium will probably be, and Adi also went on to the softs. Do you think they're gonna try and push the limits of the tire or go for another pit stop?
I think they'll make it to the end of the race on these mediums, definitely. As we see Lorenzo pulling into the pits now, also going for the medium choice.
I mean
of
the
tires.
guys that have fitted the soft tires, do you think they're going to pit again, or do you think they're going to try and push those softs till the end?
I think they will have to go in again, depending on how hard they drive. Seeing that there is still half a race to go, they will probably still have to pit.
If you look at the tire choices here, it's quite interesting. Philip even opting for the hard tire instead.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting for him. Obviously going to be slower, but more faster, as Bernard and Jordy now go into the pits for their dry sets of tires. What are they going for? Jordy opting for the mediums, and Bernard's on the softs. Bernard's is on the softs.
It is really interesting to see what these guys are choosing for the tire compounds. And Matt got a 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings.
Ooh, and unfortunately, Bernard has been bumped down to third as Quinton got the undercut on him.
Great stuff for Ferrari.
Yeah, obviously showing their strength in this race. Anthony pulling the fastest lap now, our leader in the league. Sitting comfortably in 6th now, but Matt Harris has jumped him again, unfortunately.
Matt is doing really well this race. I'm quite impressed with being in the top 5 like that.
Let's go on board with Lorenzo to see he pulls the fastest last sector though. Let's see who has the fastest lap now.
Just to let you know that Alfred is kind of gaining on Yambi there as well. For the 8th place position.
Let's have a look down there.
Definitely in the slipstream. He's definitely going to be pulling a move. Ooh, because he goes very late on the brakes there. Quinton just set the fastest time.
Oh wow, clearly these times are going to be shuffled around quite...
108.6. And Josh just got another 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Bailey beats that with a 107.7.
Clearly these times are tumbling down as the track gets drier now.
Oh, this is turning into to be quite an exciting race. Even though we had an eventful start, still some good racing.
Yeah, as we see Janop slowly pulling away from Alfred now, but he still has DRS. Will he get him on down into turn 3 over here? Let's have a look. Pulling down to the inside, and Alfred gets the move done. Alfred gets the move done. Well done to Alfred.
Alfred's moved up a couple of spots now.
Yeah, but unfortunately Alfred is on the softer tires, so he's going to have to make it work to the end of the race then.
It's surprising how much better the grip is on the softs compared to the mediums.
Yeah, let's go on board with Bernard here as he chases down Quinton, who is on the harder choice of tires at the moment. He is still not in the DRS range, but he's slowly creeping up to him. He needs to get past now, because I think he still needs to make that stop.
Yeah, that's true. I think Bernard is definitely going to be within striking range within the next lap or two, because he is cutting down on that gap immensely.
He does have DRS now, but that's from the slower car in front of him. He will probably catch up in these last few corners to the DRS, to the next DRS zone at least. Oof, I'm getting tongue-tied here.
I think Gideon will be quite impressed with his brother's performance today.
Definitely.
You know, being the substitute.
Well, let's go on board with these two just to see, as Andre sets the fastest time now of a 106.009.
Wow. That came out of nowhere.
Wouldn't be our first choice of who gets the fastest time. Joshua gets a 3-second time penalty there as Bernard now has DRS on Quinton up to this turn 3 now. Will he get the move done? Let's see how well he can defend this position down the inside, and they go side by side into turn 3, and he gets the move done.
Wow, he did that amazingly quick. I thought there would be at least another 2 laps, but he literally just kept on, pulling him in.
But clearly he's got quite a good run out of there because Quinton couldn't come back at him there. Well done to him then.
And I have to give the guys props for respecting the defense lines today. You see them taking their defensive line and sticking to it.
Yeah, as we see Anthony having a moment there. We have no idea what happened. Let's go on board with Bailey now, who is sitting comfortably in 7th. He still probably has to make a pit stop on those soft tires. Bernard pulling away from Quinton there. Seems like Alfred is still hanging around Janup's. Janup is hanging around from Alfred there. Seems like the softs aren't really getting very far in the race, hey Quinton?
Yeah, they're very good for the start, but then when they start falling off, they really start falling off badly.
Yeah, you lose about I wouldn't say half a second, but probably 0.3 of a second each lap on those softs.
I have to say, the guys making their debut races today are doing really well. Like Bailey, for example, in 7th place. He's doing fantastic.
Yeah, so I had to interrupt you there as Lorenzo sets the fastest lap of a 1:05.544.
Sheesh, that is fast.
Alien, can you say?
Yeah.
As we're on board with these two, still fighting it out for 8th and 9th now.
Looks like Mohammed just passed Andre there for 11th place.
Let's go down to him then. Yeah, it looks like...
Now just being 1 position away from points.
He's still got some time to make up, being 6 seconds behind Abdullah. So we're on board with him right now. Still on board with Alpha J as he's defending his position from Janub.
Adi just got served the 3-second penalty there.
Yeah, let's go on board with our points leader in the league right now as he's sitting in 6th but catching up quite quickly to Matt Harris. So let's see how this pans out at the moment.
Interestingly enough, since we've gotten onto the dry set of tires, we've also seen the increase of corner cutting penalties. Do you think the guys are just a little bit more aggressive with regards to these tires compared to the inters?
Yeah, it seems like it as Lorenzo brings out the yellow flag in sector 1, but he seems alright though. Yeah, I'm sure they've been pushing the limits now, trying to catch the cars in front of them. Seems like everyone's settling down now with the race pace, but it seems Andre is coming up to Mohammed over here. As we see him, will he make it stick? Will he go for the late brake move there? Oh, a little nudge there.
That seems to be quite a favorite passing spot there for Andre. He seems to be quite quick in that first sector.
He still has DRS at the moment. Do you think he's going to take the outside line? But Mohammed does block him off quite well there, but he's got the traction zone out. He's going side by side with him. Oh.
Mohammed's still not willing to relent just quite yet. Great defending there.
Look at these two boys.
As he cuts back into the... Oh, my word. I think they touched there.
No, as he spins out just a little bit. Unfortunately for Andre, bringing out those yellow flags in sector 2 now, but he's still in the race though.
Yeah, I think Andre got a little bit impatient there as he was that close and just could not get past.
Yeah, unfortunately that is in the part of track where you want to be side by side with someone, you know. One guy's gonna have to, well, something will happen in those corners at the moment.
It looks like Anthony is gaining on Matt Harris for 5th place.
Yeah, and he's gaining quite quickly as well. Jordy Van der Zee getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's go on board.
We don't want to see that at Ferrari.
Well, I'm following the McLaren versus the AlphaTauri of Matt Harris here as they go. As Matt Harris is probably going to get DRS here. see how they differ in speed here. As Anthony Barber is getting the run up into the.
Oh, Anthony has just gotten past Matt Harris for 5th place.
Makes the move stick, but here comes Matt Harris back with the undercut, and he has DRS as well. Is he going to make the move stick? Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Down the inside? No, and Anthony comes in.
Anthony says no thank you and closes that door.
Well defended there by Anthony, I must say. To keep the 5th position, and he's up into 5th now. Will he pull away though? Seems like he's comfortably pulling away from him. Interestingly enough, Lorenzo has pitted for the softs.
He probably figured he's far enough ahead.
Yeah, exactly. But Bernard's behind him at the moment, 5 seconds only. Doing quite well in that Red Bull and replacing his brother for a bit. "26 laps done, another 10 to go."
The closest gap on the field right now is between Alfred and Yambi.
Let's go on board with them.
For 8th place.
They've been battling out for quite a while though, haven't they?
Yeah, it feels like they've been swapping around.
Well, there's no major gains between the two of them. Seems like they're very equally matched in terms of pace around the track, you know?
Yeah, we see us coming down to about 9 laps left here, and a lot of penalties as well that are going to shake things up a bit as well.
Yeah, we're going to definitely have to take a look at that after the race, but depends if they have evidence or not, you know?
Because we see a lot of black and white flags there on the standings at the moment. Can we quickly see how many seconds penalties these guys have?
Yeah, let's have a look here.
Just to kind of give us an idea as to, who's in threat here. So we got 3 seconds there by Jordy. That's fine. Matt is going to be in... No, Matt Bailey's got 6 seconds. So yeah, some of these guys might get changed around.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And Mohammed with 9 seconds. It's obviously, as we see Alfred going into the pits now.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to maybe swap over to the soft now.
Probably will. Let's keep on. Well, obviously that unleashes Janep, who's on the harder set of tires, who would probably make it towards the end of the race. You think the mediums are actually going off?
Yeah, so he only did about 9 laps with that set of tires, so that's not a lot.
Yeah, because obviously Lorenzo also had to make a second pit stop as well, which... well, there goes Philippe with another 3-second time penalty.
Oh, and we see even Lorenzo's gotten a penalty now.
Oh, this is obviously spicy, but Bernard still needs to make a pit stop though. Catch my breath here a little bit. Ooh.
I know, it's been exciting.
Tiring stuff commentating for these guys. We're still on board with Janep, who is... Oh, that's a lap car actually, unfortunately. Bailey goes into the pits for another set of soft tires.
That looks like Ockert from Rensburg, I think.
Ah, and the sun is starting to shine through the clouds now.
Yes, it is. So he's obviously trying to unlap himself there.
Well, the two Ferrari boys are sitting comfortably in 3rd and 4th. Well done to them for now, but still quite a few laps to go.
Yeah, points-wise, it's very unfortunate for the other Mercedes driver that retired. They would have killed it today, 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, so which is send our sympathies up to him. Obviously upset about how that start went about. We have no clue what happened there either, so we're gonna have to investigate it after the race. On board with Jordi van der Zee now sitting comfortably in 4th, about 3 seconds behind his teammate Quinton, who's in 3rd at the moment.
Yes, we see quite large gaps at the moment between the guys as the grid starts kind of settling into where they need to be.
I don't think we've said much about Philippe Moulin during this race, but he's gone 13 laps on these hards. Do you think he's going to make it to the end of the race on these hards? Will that affect his position?
Yeah, I think he should, eh?
Yeah, but
I think that was probably why he chose that compound.
just looking at the order, probably if Mohammed or anywhere from Yanniv to Mohammed, if they pit anytime soon, that will definitely open up the door for Philippe.
As you say that, Mohammed's in the pits now.
Oh wow, that's definitely going to bump up Philippe there to 12th now, as he drives past them in the pit just now. There
Now Alfred's gotten in that last points position, so he needs to defend that quite well, get some points off today.
Yeah, unfortunately enough, he's on a fresh pair of softs, so he should be able to defend it quite comfortably.
We've actually seen a lot of action around this 10th place today.
Clearly going toe-to-toe there with each other. On board with
It's nice
Philippe
to
a
see
little
the
bit.
track being dry now. I think the race conditions have improved quite significantly to the start of the race.
Yeah. And as we go on board with Addy Ross as well, he unfortunately had a mishap in the beginning of the race, and his teammate went into the pits along with him. So they got the double stack all wrong at the beginning, setting him down right to 15th right now.
It's so frustrating when that happens. That's why you have to communicate when you're going into the pits. That happened to me in a race once, and it really messed me up.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Renault boys, not picking, obviously not doing a great race this time around again. Sad to see for them. Rohan sitting comfortably in 16th. Yeah, obviously. Where did he finish in the first race? Do you have an idea?
Ruan, let me quickly have a look for you, quick. Pull up my trusty spreadsheet here.
There's a yellow flag in Sector 2 though, who could that be? Oh, and it's Josh again, unfortunately.
It looks like Ruan finished about 15th in the last race.
Yeah, so he's about the same pace as he was last time. As we go on board with Lorenzo, our leader, on 6 laps old tires. It seems like Bernard is going to push his way right towards the end with these set of soft tires.
As things standing right now, Scotty, with Ferrari being in 3rd and 4th, they're looking at about 27 points. So team-wise, I think they might be the strongest for the day.
Yeah, definitely. Arkert van Rensburg getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. Yeah, so kudos on the Ferrari so long. Obviously,
And look at paying my boys some bonuses here.
yeah, see that. Obviously, ooh, someone goes off there. Who might it have been? It's Janne.
That looked like an Alfa Romeo.
It's Janne. Will that open the door for Philippe there to get into the points? Let's see. But Mohammed goes past Philippe at the moment
It's a
there.
very strange place to go off as well.
Yes.
Wonder what happened there.
As we see. Yeah, it seems like he'll keep that. Well, to be honest, the Alfa Romeo boys aren't doing too bad, sitting in 7th and 8th.
7th and 8th, that'll give them at least 10 points combined.
Yeah, exactly. Seems like everything is awfully spread out as Philippe moves down to 12th now as Mohammed takes back his position with those new
Getting
pair of
into the
softs.
last 3 or 4 laps here.
Yeah, as we see, Mohammed's going to chase down Alfred now, but I think he's a bit too far to catch up now.
Yeah, the gaps between the boys are now, getting quite large.
Yeah, as we
Obviously, some of the penalties will come into play, but yeah, I think unless something drastic happens, this is kind of where the guys are going to end.
Yeah, as we're on board with Lorenzo now. Getting a bit of an edge at the beginning of the race, but we won't penalize him for it, as I don't think he has anything to do with it,
We'll have a look at that because I think the advantage gain was about 15 seconds.
Yes.
And even if we had the 15 seconds, he'll still finish in first place.
But to be honest, anyways, a fantastic drive from him so far. It doesn't seem like he's put a foot wrong in the race,
Yeah, that's why he's still in first place. Even if we do that, he'll still be in first because he said fastest laps, he's been consistent. There wasn't many mistakes made that I saw.
Yeah, obviously obviously he's going to be a contender for the title, with Anthony dropping down to 4th in this race. Well, Anthony made it past one of your Ferraris. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I did.
Obviously keeping quiet because he didn't want to say anything about it.
That's the thing with Anthony. He's very low profile and just gets the work done.
Yeah, they both do have time penalties though, so that will obviously...
What's the time penalties on them at the moment? So both of them on 3 seconds. Okay.
So at the moment it will not affect his position. Yeah, but he's doing quite well to get back up the pack, isn't he?
Very good job.
Let's go on to our leader though, because he's been blistering in this race. No one came close to him. Maybe his teammate has, but unfortunately he retired from frustration from that weird start, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I can understand that. Jamie was also new to the league, so he didn't really know that we have the steward system in place, that we would review things like these after the fact.
Yeah, we will obviously send him a message afterwards asking if he still wants to join the next league race, and we'll take that into consideration and stuff like that. As we go on board with Bernard making his debut, fantastically sitting in 2nd.
Oh! We're seeing Jordy moving up, and he gets past Anthony again as Anthony moves wide on corner 2.
Oh wow, these guys are definitely going toe to toe in the last few sectors, aren't they?
Great job by Jordy there, not giving up his, on his position there. Just keep fighting for it.
Good on the boys, as I'm still on board with Lorenzo waiting. There's another yellow flag in sector 2. That seems like the racing point of Andre Sanders, probably. Lorenzo coming up to turn 4 now. This was an easy race for him. I think after his first race, he kind of stepped up his game a little bit.
Oh no, we just saw Jordy get another penalty.
Oh, that's definitely going to set him back now.
That's unfortunate.
As we're on board with Lorenzo now, as he comes through the final last corners. And
a very well executed race here by Lorenzo. Yeah, well done to him.
And Lorenzo takes home the Austrian Grand Prix. Well done to him. Let's follow for the second
place there by Bernard, who had a stunning debut race as well.
Yeah, as he comes around the last few corners, obviously struggling. Well, Quinton's actually closely contesting him, actually.
Oh my word, look at this. Look at this.
Wow, could he actually make it through the last few corners? Will he make it stick? Oh, giving him a little bumper there, but unfortunately Bernard takes
fantastic stuff.
Obviously not making it easier for him. And Anthony comes
as
home.
Quinton pulls off the last podium position there.
Yeah, and Anthony comes home in 4th. Oh no, Anthony with the time. That's interesting.
Penalties, yeah, so they got swapped around again.
Yeah, Matt Harris coming home in 6th there, doing a little victory weave there as we wait.
Actually, Matt got bumped up to 5th, as Anthony obviously scored a lot of penalties.
Yeah, Bailey comes home in 7th now. Janup still... Wow, actually Janup is quite... Oh, there we go, as the race finishes.
Fantastic conclusion there to the Austrian Grand Prix.
Yeah, definitely. Who will be the one to interview this round? Obviously, I think
Andre Sandberg got driver of the day. Well done to him.
I think we need to pull Andre into the chat here for driver of the day. So
yeah, sure. Let's get him in, and then we'll talk to our race winner as well.
As we see, congratulations to Bernard from his friends there, saying "Lekker Bernard, well done."
Hi Andre, well done on your race today. You got driver of the day.
Yeah, surprised. I accidentally swapped to intermediates. I think my teammate did the same mistake.
Yeah, we were actually watching you go through that as well. And we were like wondering, is this the right tactic?
Yeah.
But yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, 11th though, one short of the points position. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, though? I know. Yeah. Got penalties too.
Oh no.
I was shoving
Wanted
too
from
aggressively
18
on those
to
last
11.
corners.
Oh, shame, man. Well, listen, man.
Well done to you, man. Well done.
Yeah, congratulations
Yeah,
on
thanks.
Driver of the Day. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining the Synergy League, and
Yeah, no
we'll
worries.
definitely see you
It's-
next week then.
Yeah, definitely. It was really fun.
Cool,
So, I enjoyed it.
Cheers, man. Shall we interview
no worries.
Lorenzo next then? Winner of the race.
Oh yeah, he's rapid. What the hell? So fast. I was like, shit, he's already coming behind me. I'm like, what? Insane.
All right. Thanks, Andre.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Andrew.
no worries.
Do you want to pull Lorenzo in there for us?
Give me a second while I quickly find him on the list here. I don't think he's actually in the chat. Let me quickly find out if he can jump in here.
Or if not, we can also get one of the Ferrari boys, actually. That would be interesting.
Yeah, pull Quinton in maybe.
Yeah, that would be
10
a good
seconds.
choice.
Hi, Quinton.
Yes, how's it?
Well done. You did really well there at the end, eh? You're still fighting up until the last second.
Yeah, Bernard's car ghosted on the last turn, so I thought I had second, and then, yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh, shit.
So it was close.
Well, how do you feel
It
about
was a very good race.
Yeah, but how do you feel about your first podium?
Yeah, not too bad. It's could have been second, but yeah, it's not bad. I think it's a good point for Ferrari, myself and my teammate behind me, so I think it's all good.
Yeah, definitely. The Ferrari boys did pull through, and Quinton being your team principal, he's surely happy. I mean, he's been saying through the whole the whole stream how happy he is about you boys. So congratulations to you
Yeah.
guys, eh?
Ferrari boys did really well.
Cool.
and
We'll
how-
do it next time as well.
Yeah. And how did the weather pan out for you? Were you expecting it, or like was it quite upsetting to you?
I thought it was going to be a clear race, just based on what was said before. And then, luckily, I had a quickish lap for qualifying, and then it rained, so just took a practice lap on the intermediate.
Yeah.
And then for the race, I was getting worried because my intermediate was above 60%, and trying to
Ooh.
stretch it out to get to mediums.
Oh, you,
And then at least it lost it.
yeah,
so,
you clearly
yeah.
did well there. You clearly did well there.
All right, I'm going to pull the race winner in quickly.
Cool. Well, thank you, Quinton.
And congratulations to Lorenzo. Well done.
Lorenzo. How do you feel after that race win? Clearly
Can you? Very speechless.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I don't know what even happened. My game crashed at the beginning,
yeah, can't
and
you?
I know I got a 15-second lead, but I gained like 10 seconds in 10 laps, so I don't think it would have made a big difference.
Yeah,
Not a big difference at all. We had a look at it. Even if we take the advantage that you gained off the start, you should still have gotten the win.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll have a look
So-
into it anyways, and we sympathize with obviously was it Eddie?
Yeah, your team, no, Jamie.
Jamie, yeah,
was the
sorry. Yeah, because obviously you guys
Yeah.
were close in terms of qualifying pace and whatnot, you know?
Did he crash in pit lane, or what happened?
No, he got frustrated with regards to the start. He thought there was going to
Yeah.
Yeah,
be so
Yeah.
obviously it's his debut race.
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah, but congratulations on the race win, and you got fastest
Thank you.
lap, and yeah, definitely we'll look forward to seeing you in the next race then.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race after all.
Well done, man. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, well done.
Well,
All right, what's up?
shall we bring?
Just for today.
Yeah, should we actually speak to Anthony though? Maybe because he was a points leader.
Let me see if he's available. I don't see him in the chat at the moment, unfortunately.
Oh well, then I guess that should conclude our stream then. So yeah, guys, thanks for pulling through and watching the Synergy F1 League. If you fancy joining our F2 series, which we're looking to kick off on next week, not next week Monday, not this Monday, but the following Monday, we're looking to kick off our F2 series. So if you're very interested, please follow the Discord link at the bottom. If you want to see how well your drivers are doing, we also have a page where we post all the standings and whatnot, drivers teams. So Quinton does all the works there, does a fantastic job with that. We'll be obviously streaming again live next week Sunday, same time. We will look into this Lorenzo situation. Unfortunately, his game did crash. So yeah, but we can't award him penalties for that. You know, it just seems unjustified.
No, I think we should, but you and I can discuss that after that, because there was a 15-second advantage that was gained. But even with the 15-second advantage,
It doesn't really
because
make
the
a
other guy was
difference.
stationary, it won't make a difference to the standings, but it will still, you know, appease the other drivers, because there are some guys that are upset with regards to the 15 seconds that was gained.
Yeah, true. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. We'll see you next time then.